The World Cup is finally here. 48 teams, 3 countries, 104 games. And somewhere in all of that, a player is about to become a legend. But which one should you be looking in? We've gone through the data, the stats, the odds, and we've built a definitive list. These are the 10 players you need to watch at the 2026 World Cup. Stay till the end because number 1 might actually surprise you. Let's go. Kicking things off at number 10, Ashraf Hakimi. Morocco shook the entire world in Qatar 2022. First African team to ever reach a World Cup semifinal. And the engine behind it? Hakimi. Now he's back, and he wants to prove 2022 was no fluke. The man covers the entire right flank like it's nothing. Speed, delivery, defensive intensity. He does it all for PSG, and he's been one of the best fullbacks in Europe for years. But at a World Cup, on the biggest stage, Hakimi turns into something else entirely. Morocco have a real squad now. Don't sleep on them. Number 9, James Rodriguez. You know the name? You remember 2014, the Golden Boot, that volley against Uruguay that made the whole world stop breathing. 12 years later, James is back at the World Cup, and this time he's playing in America, the country where he lives, and plays in MLS. At 34, James isn't the explosive athlete he once was. But still, he is Colombia's creative soul. The vision, the passing range, the set-piece delivery, still elite. James joined MLS partly because the World Cup was coming to America. Now he gets to show what he does every week to a completely new audience. If Colombia go deep, James will be the reason why. Number 8, Jude Bellingham. He's 22 years old. He plays for Real Madrid, he's already won the Champions League, and he plays like he's been doing that for 15 years. Bellingham was arguably the best player on Real Madrid when they won the Champions League 2 seasons ago, and he's still only 22. England have been coming close for years, the golden generation that never delivered, the penalty heartbreaks that it's coming home memes. But this squad is different, and Bellingham is a difference. He scores from deep, he creates, he leads. He's the king of player who drag a team to places they couldn't go alone. If England finally do it in 2026, you say it started with Bellingham. At number 7, Vinicius Jr. At club level, arguably the most dangerous attacker on the planet, 16 goals and 5 assists at Real Madrid this season. But with Brazil, it's complicated. His strikes against Panama before the tournament was just his 9th goal in 49 international appearances. For a player of this level, that's a strange number. Now Brazil has Carlo Ancelotti as their coach, the same man who managed him at Real Madrid, the man who finally unlocked his full potential at club level. This World Cup might be where Vinicius finally does it on the international stage too, and if it clicks, nobody in this tournament can stop him. Number 6, and this man is making a World Cup debut, Erling Haaland. 50 goals in 49 international caps, and this summer marks not just his first World Cup, but the first major tournament he has ever played in. Think about that. The most lethal striker in the world. Football has never played at the Euros, never played at a World Cup until now. In UEFA qualifying, Haaland scored 16 goals in 8 games, more than double the tally his nearest challengers. He basically dragged Norway to this tournament by himself. He became the fastest player in Premier League history to reach 100 goals in 111 games, shattering 403 Shearer's old record of 124. The World Cup stage is the only missing piece. The question isn't whether Haaland can do it. The question is whether Norway's squad team around him is good enough to let him. Number 5, Cristiano Ronaldo. Look, we all know who this man is. This will be his record 6th World Cup, and probably his last, having just turned 41 years old, playing at a World Cup. That alone deserves respect. Portugal is a real contender this time. They have arguably the best midfielder in the tournament, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo, Vitinha, and the 19-year-old João Neves from Paris Saint-Germain, who won the Champions League in his first season there. And somewhere in the middle of all that, Ronaldo, hungry, motivated, playing at what could be, for 57, the final chapter of the greatest individual football career ever. If Portugal win this, Ronaldo goes down as the greatest of all time. No argument, no debate, done. Number 4, Kylian Mbappé, the Golden Boot favorite going into this tournament, and honestly, it's not even close. 42 goals in 44 games for Real Madrid this season, and he has generally saved his absolute best for World Cups. In 2018, he became only the second teenager of Tapple to score in a World Cup final. In 2022, he scored a hat-trick in a final and nearly dragged France back from 3-1 down against Argentina. Now he's 27. He's the captain of France. He's playing the best player, arguably the best. He's got Dembélé, Olise, Sharkey, and Dewey loading the bullets for him to fire. France are co-favorites, and Mbappé is the reason why. Number 3, the GOAT, Lionel Messi, 38 years old, 6th World Cup. 4 years ago, Messi fulfilled a childhood dream, lifting the World Cup, this missing piece in his vast collection of trophies. Now he returns as Argentina look to successfully defend the title. He's playing in MLS now for Inter Miami, but the numbers still don't lie, still averaging well over 1.5 involvements per game. The data puts him in the 99th percentile for overall value created. Just incredible. The possibility of one last magical run and potentially a long-awaited World Cup meeting with his longtime rival Cristiano Ronaldo easily makes this their best tournament storyline. This is almost certainly it, the last time we watch Messi at a World Cup. Soak it in. Number 2, you guessed it, Lamine Yamal, 18 years old, the future of football, and he's already here. Since bursting onto the scene at Euro 2024, where he helped Spain lift the title, Yamal has gone from strength to strength. 42 goals across the past 2 seasons as he helped Barcelona to back-to-back La Liga titles. ESPN called him the closest thing we've seen to young peak Messi or Neymar, and he's still only 18. There's a hamstring concern heading into the tournament. He may miss Spain's opener, but once he's on the pitch, every defender in the world is scared of him. He finished runner-up for the Ballon d'Or last year, the highest placement ever, a teenager. If Spain win this World Cup, Yamal becomes a global icon overnight. Watch this kid closely, trust me on that one. And number 1, our dark horse pick, Arda Güler. Turkey, you weren't expecting this at number 1, but hear us out. Güler is coming off a club season where he established himself in the Real Madrid lineup for the first time, striking off a fine understanding with Kylian Mbappé, contributing 16 assists and 7 goals. By the way, he's 20 years old. He plays with creativity, vision, and a maturity that doesn't belong to someone his age. Left foot like a wand, reading of the game like a veteran. But Turkey have Güler and Kenan Yildiz, Juventus, as their new 2 headline attacking threats. A young, hungry squad with something to prove. Nobody's really talking about them as a serious threat going into this tournament. That's exactly why you should be watching. The biggest World Cup moments always come from the players and teams nobody expected. Güler has the quality to become this tournament's defining name. Don't say we didn't tell you. But there you have it, the 10 players you need to watch at the 2026 World Cup. From the last dance of the legends to the first step of the next generation, this tournament is going to be special. 48 teams, 104 games, and somewhere in all of that, a moment that defines a generation. Drop a comment below. Who is your favorite player to watch? And if you think we got the list wrong, let us know. Like this video if you hyped for the World Cup. Subscribe to Go Flesh. We're covering every single moment of this tournament. See you in the next one. Bye.